Why is my English not getting better? After some time spent learning the language, you may be wondering why your English isn't getting better. I put in a lot of overtime and read grammatical books. I work on it. What's not right? What do I not understand? These are the top 5 reasons that your English isn't getting better. Before we get started with those 5 reasons, please click the subscribe button. 5 reasons why your English isn't improving. First, you are focusing too much on learning English rather than using it to learn. It's easy to fall into the trap of learning only grammar with apps and teachers. You become overly obsessed with the mechanics of the language. You can handwritten test English language test, evaluating grammar, or get a good estimate, but which in this joy? The most natural way of learning a language is to use what you know of the language in order to learn what you want to know. Your interests. You like astronomical, you like gossip about the famous, you like traveling abroad, you like the hot food. Then use English to explore those interests and passions. Start consuming content related to what you like in English rather than in your native language. If you do this, you'll soon find that not only will your English improve, but your knowledge of things in general. You can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Try it. The second reason why your English doesn't improve is because you are learning or being taught vocabulary rather than encountering it naturally. Have you ever seen a vocabulary list of 1,000 important English words you should know? Who is it important for? In my opinion, this way of learning vocabulary is the worst way to learn vocabulary. It's a waste of time, and it takes time to learn and memorize vocabulary. Memorizing lists or reading dictionaries is very unnatural, so don't do it. Consume materials in English that interest you. Read, listen, and watch what interests you. Look for unfamiliar words when they appear and immerse yourself in reading, listening, and watching, which will help you recall the vocabulary you have just learned. Because you are studying material on the same topic, you will encounter the same vocabulary repeatedly. Not only will the vocabulary become fixed in your head, but you will naturally learn how to use it correctly in the right context. The third reason why you can't improve your English is that you spend too much time with friends who speak your native language and not enough time with native English speakers. I've seen people who enclaves and have spoken almost exclusively in their native language all their lives. After all these years, their English is not improving, despite all the benefits of living in an English-speaking environment. Look, it's all a choice. You choose what you want to achieve. How badly do you want it? Are you willing to change your behavior, make sacrifices, and step out of your comfort zone? Are you willing to make seemingly difficult choices to achieve your goals? If the answer is yes, my advice is to minimize your ties to society if it will hinder your English growth. If you are going to live in the United States, you need to communicate with native speakers as much as possible. Even if you speak English every day, your English will not improve much if you only talk to friends and other immigrants. When you speak English with other people who are also learning English, they are likely to use broken English with a non-native accent, make the same mistakes, misuse idioms, and mispronounce words. By spending most of your English practice with non-native speakers, you are likely to reinforce your mistakes. but it's not all gloom and doom. On the other hand, you are at least revitalizing your English and exercising your speech muscles. However, there is nothing better than socializing with native speakers. Of course, isolating yourself from society can be a difficult decision. That's when you need to have a conversation with yourself. How badly do I want this, and what am I willing to sacrifice for it? The fourth reason why English doesn't improve is that we don't listen enough and we don't listen to the right content. Not all content is the same. This movie was made for entertainment, not for you to improve your English. This vlog is also not meant for learning English. That's why the producers used phrases, slang, and idioms that don't make sense to you. It's important to consume content created both specifically for English language learners and for general enjoyment. Content designed for English language learners should be created by native speakers. Producers of such content should be able to speak clearly, pronounce words correctly, and speak naturally at a pace that is comfortable for the language learner. I always recommend audiobooks. Choose any topic you like, such as self-help or interesting fiction. Professional actors will read them to you. They are obviously native speakers and their English pronunciation and intonation are flawless. You can adjust the reading speed on your device. To get the perfect listening experience, check out audiobooks. Movies and songs are meant to be watched and listened to. What you understand, you understand. What you don't understand, you don't understand. This kind of content should be used as, shall we say, a wild and fun test to see how much you understand. But don't berate yourself if you don't understand much. As a language learner, if someone speaks too softly, you know it is. The sound of rain, slamming doors, music, and other competing sounds make it difficult to understand what they are saying. This is in contrast to the perfect sound environment of an audiobook. The fifth reason why you are not improving your English is that you are not actively engaged in learning English. Some people rely too much on their teachers or English learning apps. Both are good, but inadequate. You need to make up for it with your own passion for learning. You must look for opportunities to improve your English, not simply perform well on English exams. I have met many people who have studied English tirelessly for years and yet cannot hold a conversation. Such people could probably argue about verb tenses, articles, and prepositions until they put you to sleep. But in the end, being able to discuss grammatical elements means nothing if you can't use them correctly or speak them correctly. These people have become passive learners. They learn what they are taught, and their goal is to pass a test or achieve a good grade. Therefore, my advice is to take charge of your own learning. Don't wait for the teacher to spoon-feed you. Think about what you want to learn and take a holistic approach. Know that studying a language is not enough. Use English in every possible way. Create your own English world. Make friends who are native English speakers, read about your interests in English, and do more activities in English. Use living English. If you take a proactive approach to language acquisition, your progress will be much faster and you will have more fun in the process.
Hope you have enjoyed the reading. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And find more fascinating and exciting stories from the description below the video.